They won't tell you this in schools. They won't print it in self-help books. And they definitely won't say it in those sugar-coated motivational videos. But here it is, the truth. The raw, unapologetic, unforgiving truth. Power. Real power doesn't always come from fists, from words, or from winning arguments. Real power comes from silence. Yes, silence. The kind that doesn't come from fear, but from control. The kind that doesn't shrink away, but stands tall. The kind that speaks louder than anything you could ever say. People love to put on a show. They love to wear masks. The mask of confidence. The mask of strength. The mask of I've got it all figured out. But you see right through it. You watch them laugh a little too loudly. You watch them talk a little too much. And deep down, they're trying to convince themselves more than they're trying to convince you. You stay quiet. You don't rush to prove yourself. You let them talk. You let them perform. And slowly, the cracks begin to show. Their smiles get tighter. Their tone gets sharper. Their words get heavier. Because your silence, it's a mirror. A reflection they can't stand to look into. Weak people, they hate silence. Why? Because silence forces them to face themselves. It's easy to hide in noise, arguments, drama, chaos. But take that noise away, and they're left with nothing but their own thoughts. And for most people, that's the scariest place to be. Rule number 1, never give them the reaction they want. Let them insult you. Let them throw their cheap shots. Let them question your worth. You just stand there. You breathe. You wait. Because the longer you give them nothing, the more they reveal everything. You see, insecure people are desperate for control. They poke you to see if you'll flinch. They press your buttons just to see if you'll explode. Because if they can make you react, they win. They've pulled you into their game. But when you don't play, when you don't even move, when you just look at them with that calm, steady gaze, they crumble. I've seen it. I've lived it. I've watched people who thought they could break me, break themselves instead. They start talking faster. Their words shake. They slip. They reveal things they never intended to reveal. Because your silence forces them to fill the void. And in doing so, they expose every weakness they were trying to hide. And here's the beautiful part. It's not just enemies who reveal themselves this way. Friends, family, lovers. Take away the comfort you've been giving them. Stop feeding their ego. Stop giving them your time, your attention, your validation. The real ones, they'll stay. They'll understand. They'll respect your space. The rest, they'll fall apart. Because they were never there for you. They were there for what you gave them. Ever watch someone collapse just because you stopped caring? It's brutal. It's beautiful. You were their lifeline. And when you cut it, they couldn't stand. Not because you destroyed them, but because they never learned to stand on their own. Now, here's the truth about karma. It's not some mystical, magical force floating around in the universe. Karma is the weight of your own actions catching up to you. And the people who tried to tear you down, they carry that weight every day. It's in their guilt. It's in their shame. It's in that tiny voice in the back of their head that whispers your name when they're alone. They remember every time they mocked you, every time they pushed you, every time they thought they had the upper hand. And it eats them alive. So don't waste your time chasing revenge. Don't waste your energy proving them wrong. Just sit back and watch. Because the more you ignore them, the more they destroy themselves. Most people think life is about who's stronger, who's smarter, who's louder. It's not. Life is about control. Control over yourself. And by extension, control over the game. People hand over their control without even realizing it. Someone insults them, they lash out. Someone disrespects them, they lose their composure. Someone ignores them, they beg for attention. They dance to someone else's tune without even knowing it. But not you. You're different. You're done playing their game. You're breaking the rules. It starts with silence. It starts with stillness. It starts with the simple truth that they don't matter enough to earn your energy. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone truly powerful waste their time tearing others down? Never. Because real strength doesn't need to be seen. Real strength doesn't need to prove itself. And the more you ignore them, the more they collapse. Because without your attention, they're nothing but empty shells rattling around in their own misery. When you refuse to engage, they panic. When you refuse to fight, they lose. They thought they could bait you. They thought they could break you. But in the end, they broke themselves. This isn't weakness. This is strategy. It's knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. It's knowing that lions don't swat flies. A lion knows what it is. It doesn't need to prove anything. Neither do you. The weak live for conflict. The strong live above it. You don't need their approval. You don't need to prove your worth. And that terrifies them. The second they realize they can't control you, that's the second they lose control of themselves. And it will hurt them more than you'll ever know. Because silence is not emptiness. Silence is a weapon. Silence is a wall they can't climb. And when you master it, you don't just survive.